When I go to concerts, bad things seem to happen.
My name is Pia and I'm from Slovenia. Let's talk about that.
Good mythical morning.
This episode is brought to you by Catulas.com. That's, of course, the guys with the goods.
Go to Catulas.com where you can sign up for a free catalog to be shipped to your home. And you can also sign up for email deals. We have those links in the description also.
It's almost summer. It's not technically, but people who are in school, maybe that's you, you're about to get out of school. And those of you who are at work, catch wind of people who are in school getting out of school, so you start goofing off at work.
Does that mean smell it when you catch wind of something?
Yeah.
Smells like people getting out of school.
So I think summer is...
I think it's like another month, though.
But that actually starts June 21st or something. But, you know, I mean, let's just call it like we smell it. We're on the precipice of summer. And one of the things that we think of when we think of summer is concerts.
Some of my best...
Is that a stretch?
Some of my best memories were made while watching a band perform live. There's nothing like it.
Some of my worst memories are associated with watching a band perform live. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Feel free to share in the comments not only your concert experiences, but in the least, what concert are you looking forward to attending or most fond of having already attended? Now, Nirvana, the lead singer for Nirvana way back in the day,
Kurt Cobain.
he passed away.
He did.
And then there was this band that formed from the ashes of Nirvana.
Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters. Dave Grohl, the drummer, formed a band. I think the bassist, Chris whatever his name is, formed a different band.
That I know everything? Have I told you that?
You've told me that. I haven't yet bought it. So I'm not buying what you're selling. But anyway, so Foo Fighters' first album, you know, they're going strong now, winning Grammys and saying provocative things while accepting awards.
Yep.
But back in the day, this was their first album. They went on a tour associated with it. And
Really?
I went to their concert when they came to Raleigh, North Carolina. You did not go with me because...
I wasn't impressed.
You did things like basketball and hang out with me. I hung out with you and then went to cool concerts.
Okay.
And I remember, I think this was my first date with my girlfriend at the time, Missy.
Oh, Missy.
But we also had another friend who went with us, a mutual friend, Candace, who went with us. And we showed up a couple of hours early.
Yeah, like you should at concerts.
At this concert, which was at a small venue, indoors, no sort of amphitheater type of thing for Foo Fighters at this point. No arenas. This is small time. But everybody showed up and just poured into this place. And of course, there were no seats. There was a mosh pit. This is Foo Fighters in the, you know, in the heyday of this mosh pit thing.
I know what a mosh pit is.
It's when the people stand really close together and then they start elbowing and hurting each other. And this was my first concert like this, so I didn't expect that 2 hours before anyone gets on stage, everybody is jam-packed up against the stage like sardines. Literally, I was up against strangers breathing the mouth air that they were exporting.
Were you like trying to resuscitate them?
No, it was almost as if it was resuscitation type closeness. It was terrible.
That's why I don't go to these concerts.
Because
I play basketball.
Because my date Missy was over
box
here.
People out. You face the other way in basketball. You box them out.
She was over here. I mean,
mouth air.
If it was just a date, that would be fine. But it was a bunch of strangers, and it was hot, and we were pressing against each other, and there'd be waves of pressure.
Were you moshing?
No, this is just waiting. There'd be waves of pressure from the back, people trying to get to the front, and literally you could look over your shoulder, and you could see the whole crowd kind of going like this.
This is pre-mosh.
It was so tight, I literally could not get my hand up to like scratch my cheek. If your hands were down, they were down. If they were up, they were up. We're pressing against each other. And finally, when the show starts, it had been 2 hours. You people are sweating. They started handing out water. It was like an emergency situation here. But then the band comes on and everybody's pushing even closer. I remember going, coughing. Can I have some of that water?
No.
And then it just couldn't breathe. And then, so the band starts playing, and then all of a sudden, I look over to my right, and you got Missy, and then you got Candace, our friend, and all of a sudden, I see Candace just go down. She just totally disappeared down to the floor, and you could die.
On purpose? Like she's going low on the mosh pit?
No, her eyes rolled back in her head, and she had fainted.
This is bad. This could be death, really. I'm not kidding.
And no one could move or get to her. And I was like, hey. And then a group of guys over there like, hey.
Usually moshers...
It's like a mosh language.
Hey. They start stomping on people who fall down because they're bad people.
Somehow, these guys picked up Candace, who was still just a limp body, having fainted. They picked her up and crowd surfed her fainted body to the front, in front of the stage, down where the security people were. They caught her.
She's like just limply kind of...
Yeah.
That's
like,
pretty cool.
She looked dead. It's not cool. It's scary. And then the security people just took her away. Never saw her again. That's what can happen at a concert if I'm there.
Oh, no, you did see her again. Because I saw her at school later.
I didn't follow her out because, it was a good show. But after the show was over, I went, and there was like a little infirmary when she was sitting there drinking apple juice.
So she was fine.
She was fine.
You got to enjoy the concert.
I'd like to apologize, but I'd like to apologize to Candace right now for not seeing to your health and just trusting that those big security guards weren't just going to kick you out of a back door.
I have a concert experience that isn't quite as exciting. My dad took me to the Beach Boys concert at Walnut Creek back in the day.
How many cool points have you just lost? I think all that you had.
And I was in 8th grade. I remember it. I was in 8th grade. Went to the Beach Boys concert with my dad. John Stamos is from Full House. Uncle Jesse is playing drums for the Beach Boys, which I thought was awesome, which is probably why they asked him to play drums. So
now, for the record, he is not an original member of the Beach Boys.
No, he is not.
And I don't think he's a welcome current member either.
No one fainted, but there were two 60-year-old women who were both intoxicated and who got more and more inebriated throughout the Beach Boys song set, and then asked me and my dad to begin dancing. So by the end of the Beach Boys concert, my dad and I, 8th grader, were slow dancing with two 60-year-old women who were completely inebriated.
Slow dancing to Beach Boys?
Just kind of just being,
You had your hands on a 60-year-old woman's hips?
I don't recall, really. I wasn't inebriated, but I'm just saying, I don't know how we got into this situation. There's nothing, no hanky-panky or anything like that. It was just a little dancing at a Beach Boys concert.
I wasn't thinking there was hanky-panky. Matter of fact, I don't know what hanky-panky is.
I don't either.
But I don't want to know that you had it.
There was none of that going on, though.
You did not participate in anything called hanky-panky with 60-year-old women and your dad.
It was outside at a concert, man. It was Beach Boys, let loose.
There you go. On the drive home, what was the conversation with your father like?
It was just like nothing. It was just like, we should do this every weekend.
It's like, when we were dancing with them 60-year-old inebriated women, this is your dad talking. That was pretty cool, huh, son? What kind of...
listen. We've talked. I want to hear you have a story that is amazing.
Here's another instance. We at Campbell University, they brought in bands, so this is a smaller venue as well. And I was with a group of friends. You weren't there, but I was still dating Missy. This was a few months later, after the Foo Fighters incident, and she came with some of her friends. We were going to meet up, but I showed up early, and there was an opening band down there at the front. And I just kind of hang out in the back because I'm not really interested with my friends. But there are people down there kind of doing it wasn't a mosh pit. I don't know what it was, and I don't remember the opening band. The band that came on after them was Third Day. So this was no type of mosh pit situation.
Right.
But there were people standing up there and they were jammed up there. But I had gum in my mouth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I wanted to spit out my gum. But then for some reason, I had the idea, I'm just not going to go to the trash can. I'm going to take this gum out of my mouth. And I'm going to chunk it up there to the people at the front of the stage. I wasn't aiming for the musicians on the stage because I'm not a jerk.
Yeah, you're just aiming for the fans.
I guess I was just, I didn't think about it. I was stupid, but I just threw it up there without even really thinking. And then I was like, yeah, I'm cool. I just threw my gum up there and
that makes
I probably hit
sense.
somebody. I didn't see exactly where it went. There was a lot of people up there. It went into the crowd. And then the band finishes up, and I go out front into the lobby where I'm meeting my girlfriend Missy and her friends. So we meet up out there, and we're you guys saw the band? Yeah, they were pretty good, but I'm looking for the other thing, blah, 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 blah. And then Missy goes, you'll never guess what happened. I'm like, what? She said, some jerk put gum in my hair. I had thrown the gum up there and hit my own girlfriend. So at this point, I was faced with the question, what do I say? And I determined at that split-second decision, my determination was nothing.
Don't tell her anything.
Just kind of, wow, that's horrible. I've heard that if you put ice on it
or peanut butter,
you can get it out.
So what you're telling me is that...
So the rest of the night, she had my gum in her hair.
Right now, this moment right now...
No, the gum's gone now. I think she got it out.
No, this is you coming out about this. This is your public admission of this.
Yeah, I guess it is.
For all these years, she hasn't realized that it was you, her boyfriend, who were the cause of this.
Well, I don't think she's watching, but...
Well, she's going to find out. Somebody who knows Missy, who watches the show, is going to tell Missy.
All right, so another
He did it. He's a jerk.
Missy, I'm sorry. It was me who threw the gum in your hair, and you should have dumped me right then.
But she didn't know. She thought it was jerk.
But now that we're broken up, I guess you can take it as validation that it was the right choice.
Yeah. Oh, no regrets, Missy. No regrets. Let's spin the wheel in this episode before Link ends up hurting someone else.
I would never do that now.
Really?
I haven't chewed gum since that day because I felt so bad about it. Or not. Okay. How are we going to end this episode of Good Mythical Morning? Rhett and Link at the club. Hopefully someone doesn't throw some gum. Here we are. Hey, man. This is pretty happening.
It's hot in here, man.
Yeah.
And it's because of me.
I never knew this is the type of thing that I was into, but now that I'm here, man, I'm thinking it's like a every weeknight kind of a thing. Oh, it's speeding up.
Hold on. Is that the Beach Boys?
John
Stamos.
Hey, John!
Look, there's two 60-year-old ladies over there.
Let's go dance with them.
They're drunk.
Good nap.
This is going to be easy.
Hanky panky. See you tomorrow.